All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Trucker Jerry coming at you live from my new trucking company. I parked my little ride next to it where I can unload some stuff and get it set up. I'll be headed out on my first run on Sunday. I wanted to show you something. This right here is a 2025 Freightliner. You say, well, how is that? Well, that's based on the manufacturer date, and it's a 2025. So, over here now, they got a little box down here. And what this little box does is it sets up a little warning light up here on the mirror, and it lets me know, or actually it's not in the mirror, it's on the column inside there. A little blinking light comes on, and it'll let me know when there's a car over here in my blind spot. A lot of times, four-wheelers or regular vehicles will pull up next to a truck, and we've got a lot of blind spots that we literally cannot see you. You'd think we could, but we can't. And this right here is going to tell me if there's somebody here. It's going to beep in there, and there's one on the other side as well. There's fuel tank. There you go. Get her done. Brand new truck. Brand new. Got an EPU on it. Unlike the truck I had before, the batteries for the EPU were over here underneath the passenger side, back up in there. Well, these batteries for this EPU is back here underneath the catwalk. Well, that's kind of cool. Michelin tires. They've got the wind guards on the tires now. I don't much care for those because they get water and stuff up in there, and it causes some rust and different things like that. But you just got to watch them. But they do knock down a little bit, I guess, on wind resistant. And that's why a lot of companies, or some companies, use them. I see a lot of trucks out here without them on, so I may see if I can get them removed. But that's a brand new truck right here, brand new. Let's see here, come on around here. Yep, it's gonna make its first run out. Now, come on over here, and we're gonna go up in the cab of the truck. Here we go. All right, so you notice here we got heated and cooled seats. If you're getting hot or you get cold during the winter, you can turn your heat on the high, and the back and the bottom heats up, and then the back and the bottom cools off as well. So if it's a hot summer day, you can get all that done. Now we're gonna move on up in here in the cab here. This right here is a new dash. Now these dashes are all digitalized. There's no more analog gauges on these things, and I don't much care for that, but I don't really have a choice. That's just the way it is. There you go, there's the door, two-tone right there. But let me see here. This truck has 79 miles on it. That's it. Probably from the dealer to here, and any running around and stuff that they may have done with it. But this right here is your dash cluster, and it's got all your gauges on it that you'll be needing access to. And then over here is your regen, your def and regen. Let me see here. Now, optimized idle. Let's talk a little bit about that. What that does is you got optimized idle with comfort or without comfort. Now, if you enable it with comfort, then it keeps all of the AC and heat running up here in the front as well as in the back. And the truck basically runs about 85% of the time on its own. It'll start up when the batteries start getting low. But if you're not doing if you're not going to do a 34, like if you're doing a reset, coming home, going home for the weekend, and boom, you would enable it without comfort. But if you're going to be getting out of the truck, just doing a 10-hour break, you could do it with comfort. But anyways, there you go. There's all the dash controls. It does have a trailer brake on it, and that's the gear shift on it. I ain't too fond of that, but most of these companies are going to it. As far as that goes, they use a three pre-pass setup. They've got 3 different boxes. They've got one here, one down here, and then I'm waiting on another one to come in that'll get me past the scale house. Of course, they have the forward facing only camera. That's great. And let's talk a little bit about this. You got all kinds of cubby hole spots. Got one here up above the driver. Got another one up here. Big, huge space. Of course, big old cubby hole deal up here to put your stuff in. And then you come over here to the other side and you got the same thing. Cubby hole. Let me see here. Here's a cubby hole right here. Yep. Now here we go. We're moving back to the sleeper. I'm going to show y'all some really cool things about this. Now this is just standard. You have your closet right here. Opens up to a normal closet. Hanging your clothes and stuff. Of course, you got a little storage bin down here. You know, whatever you want to throw down in there. And if you want a table, you got this little thing. Freightliner is notorious about not having tables. So this is a little table. It doesn't open up or anything. It's just a table. Close that up. You got your controls for your bunk over here on the side. And I'll tell you what, and this, I really like this. This right here is a little LED light. Now this little thing here comes off the wall, and you can move it, face it any way you want, and it'll give you some light. So if you like to read or something, you want to do some lighting or whatever, you can put that out, and then when you're done, you just lock it back up here in place on this little clampy here, and make sure you turn it off. And of course, you've got your standard lights on and off here. And all of these trucks come with brand new TVs in them. Now they're small, they're the kind you get at, they're Vizio. And they've got an HDMI composite and a USB port on the back. And of course it comes with a built-in antenna. And then they all come with a brand new microwave. And this is the part I really like, the refrigerator. Most of your semi trucks come with a small refrigerator. This right here is a dorm size refrigerator. They put a new one of these in, and every time one goes out, they'll put another new one in. These are not that expensive. They told me they get these for about 150 bucks. I don't know why all companies don't put them in here, but yeah, look at that space. I mean, you've got twice or 3 times the amount of room in this thing as you do. It's like you'd go to a college dorm, and yeah, it's really nice. So there you go. You got a cubby hole up here. Check that out. Yes, ma'am. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. See here if we can close that. There we go. Got to put a little hustle behind that muscle. Up here, this is where the bunk would go usually, the top bunk. But up here, they don't have that. And I like what this company's done. They've come in here and they've had them come outfitted with this shelf up here to put your stuff at. So if you got extra bedding or different things that you want to put up here, you can. Then you got a little area up here to put stuff in. Now, this is stuff, hard to reach stuff, but stuff you won't be messing with every day. And the same thing on this side as well. And then of course, you got your curtains that close off the middle here. And that's what you'll use when you park. Now, something I wanted to talk about real quick, and I'll get off here, this video is getting kind of long, is the lighting in this thing. Now, if you'll notice up there on the roof, you got this little lighting thing. Now, this is called ambient lighting. And you can turn that on. You can turn it off. And that's one way to light up. If you want to light up, it's not real bright. It's bright enough that you can see stuff in here. It's the brightest one in here, I guess. But it looks really cool. I call it mood lighting. Then you have the regular sleeper dome lights, which is those guys. They're all LED there. You can turn those off. And then you've got the dome lights, which is these guys, just by themselves. So you've got multiple lights up in here, and that is really cool. I've never seen a truck with all that on there. Hit the button again and it goes off. But yeah, I'm not good at making videos. Now, the company I came from used a system called the Qualcomm. This company here uses a tablet, and they call it the Samsara, S-A-M-S-A-R-A. I'm not familiar with it, but they do everything through the Samsara tablet. And when you get out of the truck to go home, it mounts right here. When you get out of the truck to go home, you can take it with you. Your dispatch can keep it if you want to. And you can also get your dispatches on your phone as well if you install their app. If you don't want to, you can take the tablet home, or if you don't want to do that, then you can leave it here, and you'll just know when you're going back out before you leave. You know, they'll tell you what, this need to be back up here. I'm going to be running Sunday evening, around say 1900 in the evening, and they'll have me in every Friday fairly early is the plan. So there you go, get her done. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Got your cup holders and stuff. Like I said, it's an automatic. Unfortunately, something else this company does, I'll throw this in real quick, is they give every driver one of these battery powered leaf blowers. They take a picture of you holding it and have you sign it out. If you keep it and you don't turn it back in, it's 250 bucks. If you turn it back in, they don't charge you for it. That's if you quit. But yeah, they give every driver one of them. And then down here, you do have your 110, I don't know if you can see it right there, your 110 power outlets, cigarette lighters, and all that. Now let's see if we can raise the bunk up here. Hold on just a second. Alright, so there's a little lever down here, just like on any standard truck. And down here, you got your S-bar heater. That keeps you warm during the winter without having to run the truck. Over here in the side box, you got a gallon of windshield washer fluid and a gallon of antifreeze. And then underneath that cover there is the inverter. You can get to it from the outside box. And then over here, this is all empty right here. And over here, you've got your triangles. You've got your fire extinguisher and those two bags. Now those two bags are changed. This company runs to the lower 48. When I hired on with them, I explained to them I didn't really want to run the northeast. I'd rather not do that, and they said that wouldn't be a problem. They said they had enough crazy drivers that like doing that, so I won't have to worry about that. So pretty much there you go. They haul reefer and dry van. I think the split is about 85 to 90% reefer and either 15 to 10% dry van, depending on how the split is. But that's it in a nutshell. I mean, 2025 Freightliner, man. I tell you what, it don't get no better than that. And I asked them, I said, I've asked several people here, I said, does most drivers when they start here get a brand new truck? And it's like, no. Most of the time they'll put them in a truck that has 80,000 or 100,000 miles on them. They trade them off or trade them back in when the warranty runs out around 500. But I guess every dog has his day, and today was my day. And they had some trucks that had a few more miles on it, but they've got several new ones too. And so I guess they liked what they seen and liked what they heard and liked what they found out about me when they done their background stuff. So I said, you know what? Here you go. Here's your new truck. Told them, I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Thank you. There you go. Now, one other thing. I'm used to manually doing the fifth wheel on these trucks. This truck here, you don't manually do it. It has an airbag. Here it is. Airbag dump and an airbag raise. Now, the dump, you just press it one time and it dumps like a normal truck would dump. The airbags go down. And then to release it, to go back up, you just press it one time. But now if you press it twice, after it raises up to its normal level, it'll raise up. If you press it again, it'll raise up 3 more inches. So let's say you got a trailer that's real tight and you can't get in there to get it. Well, you back up underneath it, but you can't get in there to roll the landing gear up. Well, you hit this button twice and it'll raise the whole back end up 3 more inches like a yard truck. And that way you can lift the landing gear off the ground, you can pull it out. It's also got, from inside, you can release your fifth wheel, the Kingpin. You don't have to get out and manually pull it. I don't mind doing that, that's what I'm used to, but I guess, you know, it does save on your shoulder and stuff. So it's got a US Type-C, 2 Type-Cs here that you can connect to as well. So, and then of course, your outlet here as well. So I don't know. Like I said, I've got to get used to it all. The biggest hurdle for me is going to be learning the Samsara. Once I get that down, I think this is all. I know it'll be a good fit for me. It's just, like I said, getting past the butterflies. But 2025, y'all. 2025. Y'all have any questions, reach out to me. Some of y'all got my number, some of you don't. But if you do, I'm on Facebook or whatever. Send me a message. I'll answer any questions I can. Real nice, laid back people. Kind of like the company I came from. They're a family environment, and they're just real nice. They've got their own alignment bay up in the shop, and they've got their own tire bay, alignment bay. They got their own automatic truck wash. You can drive it through. Doesn't cost you nothing. And then they've also got a manual bay here as well. So they got 14 acres here. And yeah, so it's set up real nice. But I was really impressed with the way they set these trucks up. So anyways, this is Trucker Jerry. I just wanted to make a video, put this on YouTube and Facebook. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Trucker Jerry out.